Well, here we are. Got a bit of a half-assed system behind me here. Got an old ladder ball stand with a piece of paper on there. That's going to be my paper tuning system. It works, so I'll just stick with it. I'm also going to tie in some rotation, so I've got all my knocks and labels lined up in a particular configuration, so we'll shoot that as well, see whether we're rotating left or right, and that's going to dictate the fletching that we do. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. You can see here these first three shooting at a slightly down angle. They're all tearing down. In fact, the top three as well, where I'm shooting more of a straight on, they're also tearing down a little bit as well. So we'll make some slight adjustments to accommodate that. And then on the rotation, this top one is turning to the left. This one hasn't turned at all. This one has turned to the left. This one has turned to the left. This one hasn't turned much either. So we've got three that have barely turned at all, and then we've got three that have made almost a quarter turn, an eighth of a turn, maybe a little less than an eighth of a turn. So none of them want to go right, so I think all the fletching we'll do is left on these ones. Anyway, I'm going to go play around, get some of that low tear on the knockout, and then we'll go fletch. So out at 20 yards, bare shafting, I've got two flyers. This one was me. I just felt that was a bad shot. These other four, I can just get my finger between them. So 4 of them are flying nice. I'll reshoot these two just to make sure they're in the same group. And if so, then it's looking pretty good. So this is the one that I shot that I thought was errant from me the first time. So we're going to say that one's good. This one's a little high. I'm going to shoot it one more time. We'll see how it goes. We're within half an inch. It's still a little high. I'll mark this one as potentially one that's going to be a flyer, and we'll see after we put the vanes on and start throwing them down range whether or not this one wants to behave or not. But yeah, this, if any of them are going to misbehave, I reckon it's going to be this one. So we're back in the shed tonight. You will have just seen the bare shaft and knock tuning work I was doing. This is the only arrow that's still playing up just a little. These other 5 are looking real good. They are all either not rotating off the string, they're not clocking in a direction, or just going to the left. In fact, one of them is going just over about a quarter turn, the others are just a little bit. So I have got my left helical jig for the Bitzenbergen tonight, so we'll be using that. I am going to put some wraps on these because I plan on doing 2 vane configurations. We're going to do the Max Stealth, and I know they're going to fly well, but I do want to try the Plastifletch Max 23s. I really want these to work. They're a lot quieter. Maybe with this heavier FOC they might behave a little better with the broadhead, but there's only one way to find out. So we'll get in and do a 4 vane configuration with those. So we've got the primer pen, glue, got the wipes, so let's get in close and we'll make it happen. First things first, we're going to get in, clean the shafts. I also like to do the vanes with this as well before hitting it with the primer pen. I've found that it has worked for me, so I'm just going to continue doing it. But anyway, we'll just give these a wipe down, make sure that we keep the wipe down ends off the dirty bench. Pretty straightforward process. As long as you give them a good wipe over, they'll be all fine. And like I was saying, with these vanes, I just like to give them a bit of a clean. I find that I've had 0 problems with any of my vanes adhering or coming off when I've hit trees or branches or things like that. Obviously you're going to get the occasional one where you just hit it right, but yeah, I've always had good luck with this, so I'm going to continue to do so. And once I finish doing these, we'll go ahead and we'll put the wraps on. So I've gone ahead and used the primer pen on all of these vanes. Just one more to go. We'll just do this last one. But you want to get on, make sure you get the base of the vanes done. So here's the primer pen, the Max World primer pen. So you just want to go do the base of all of those vanes, just preps them for the last step here, which is gluing. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into that. So we'll go and put the arrow into the jig. Should just slide straight in there. Now at the bottom here you can do different configurations. Because I'm doing a 4 vane configuration, I want it at a 90 degrees, so that's what that is. And you just turn that knob down the bottom there and it'll go 90 degrees. So anyway, I've got the left helical jig. I'll go ahead and put it in. You can see it just clamps in there, but along the bottom it's got some must be 1/8 of an inch marking. I've moved that in 3/8, so I know exactly where all my vanes should be put into the tool, so they all align. Now with the glue, you don't need to put a lot on here. I like to just start at the base, just put a small dot and just a couple of small ones as you go up. Now then I just go back down using the end of this this glue bottle just to spread it out. I've got no pressure on it at the moment, just using that to spread it out. So anyway, once that's ready to go, the magnets you heard just engage there, put the base down, and then push it against there. You might be able to see I've got a nice good adhesion or contact across the whole length of the vane there. There's no area that's sticking up. This glue should be good after about 15 seconds. We'll just sit tight here, let it set, and we'll go ahead and unclamp it, So you can see now that that first one is on there. It's got that left offset with the helical. Then you just take the knob on the bottom, we'll twist it once, and you can hear it re-engage. It just means it's gone into its groove and we're ready for the next vein's the same thing again. We'll find that 3/8 marking on there. Looks about right. Go ahead, get a bit of glue on there. Again, you don't need much on here, a little goes a long way. Just spread it out so there's glue over the whole thing. And it's obviously going to spread out once you put it onto the shaft. So you can hear the magnet engaging, get the bottom in. I like to push from the bottom to the top, so you sort of push the glue up the shaft. I really like this system from Bits & Burger. Super easy. It's got all sorts of settings you can do there in terms of offset. You do have to buy individual left and right clamps. So this is my right clamp, but because during my knock tuning and checking the clocking they were going left, we're using the left one tonight. And I will just make sure I put that right one out of the way so I don't do something stupid. And so I'll go ahead, I'll do the rest of these, and we'll come back and have a look at the finished product here in just a minute. Take this Q-tip, just clean off any of that excess glue down the middle there. Now, I will just go and put just a small dab on the front. Also on the back. I like to do that. Just sort of sets up a bit of a ramp coming in versus just going straight from the wrap onto the vein. I don't know whether it works, but I like to do it. Anyway, there she is. You can see there it's got the left helical and left offset. So this one's ready to go out, and we'll start doing some shooting. So we're just working on the last arrow tonight. I'm on the PM23s now. I've done all the max stealth. I really find this quite cathartic. This is my downtime, a little bit of alone time, you know. Good way to disconnect from all the other nonsense that's going on in the world at the moment. Come in here, have a beer, do a few arrows, just get in my own head, have a good think about stuff that's going on. But anyway, I'll get these ones finished up here, and then tomorrow I will go shoot these 6 arrows with the broadheads on. We'll see which of these setups flies better out of my bow with the broadheads I'm using, and they are the Ozcut Elite 3 blades again. I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I honestly think these smaller PM23s with the high FOC might actually work, but if not, I'll resort back to the Max Stealth. Really liked how they flew last year. These new arrows are grouping all right. I've got about an inch on those ones. And they are all touching each other. So I am going to say I'm pretty happy with how they came out. Or at least with field point. Now we're going to throw the broadhead on and see what happens. So the PM23s with a broadhead, not so good. Well, one of them was maybe an inch off. That one's low left, maybe 3 inches. That one's high left, about 1.5 inches. So I don't even think I'm even going to try again. It's obvious they can't keep these broadheads under control. So we'll have a go with the Max Stealth. And here are the Max Stealths. So we've got one that is low and just a little left. Same with that one. That one's low a bit further, about 1 inch lower than the other two. So, you know, if I was shooting at the same target, they'd be grouped within 1 inch. So I think it's going to go with the Max Stealths for 2021. Subscribe to the channel. You know, it helps me grow. Give us a thumbs up and a like, but enjoy your hunting season.